In our previous videos, we presented the old U.S. Navy tradition of writing the first log of the new year in verse. During the Midwatch, on New Year's Day, midnight to 4 a.m., officers of the deck could deviate from the mundane entries into the log and substitute poetry. Being stuck on watch on New Year's Eve was not popular, and many watch officers did not relish the task of becoming an impromptu poet. Sometimes they expressed this in the humorous forms in their attempts to wax poetic. Here are some excerpts taken from logs from the 1920s through the Vietnam War era. From the USS Idaho in 1927 by Ensign F. N. Kivett. To cook our chow and give us heat steams boiler number 9. From 10 days' leave came Ensign Clark to finish this damned rhyme. From the USS Daly, 1952 by W. E. Norton, Lieutenant, U.S. Navy Reserve. My log has been writ, the saying's been said. To hell with midwatches, I'm headed to bed. From the USS Beale, 1952 by Paul T. Quinton, Ensign, U.S. Navy. This little rhyme is poor, I know, but on this night of parties gay, with most of the crew away, I end this cold, lonesome, and thankless watch with nothing more to say. From USS Radford, 1959, by R. D. Murphy, Lieutenant Junior Grade, U.S. Navy. New Year's Eve duty, and to make matter worse, the Midwatch entry to be written in verse. And so says tradition as we enter 59, call forth your talents for rhythm and rhyme. From USS Midway, 1965, by J. N. Lorton, Lieutenant Junior Grade, U.S. Navy Reserve, and R. W. Lewis, Lieutenant Junior Grade, U.S. Navy. 'Tis hard enough these words to weave on every duty night, but when we come to New Year's Eve, this curse in verse we write. We're bound by duty, per Navy regs, to give our hard-earned time. Yet this question for an answer begs, why must this blank thing rhyme? And yes, they did simply draw a line to substitute for an expletive in the log. From USS Davidson, 1969, by T. J. Nicarico, Lieutenant, U.S. Navy. Again, New Year's Eve, I've the duty again. While I'm freezing, I'll break out my government pen and describe for posterity, sort of in rhyme, where Davidson's at, whom we're with, and the time. He goes on to add information about the ship's condition and then closes with, meantime, I have only one wish. Let me say I had this watch last year and I've had it today. So if anyone cares as I put up my pen, could you see that next year I don't get it again? From USS Rupertus, 1970 by B. C. Adams, Ensign, U.S. Navy. With screaming and shouting and rushing about, we praised 69 and ushered her out. With 70 here, we think of the past. This damn log is written. This line is the last. And finally, from USS Newport News, 1956, by R. B. Lawson, Lieutenant Junior Grade, U.S. Navy Reserve. So this log I will close and relinquish my place as I enviously watch those who have spliced the main brace. Splice the main brace is an old Navy term for doling out alcohol. For more in-depth treatment of U.S. Navy Midwatch poetry, check out our website at www.midwatchinverse.com.